Do you guys play video games? Huh? Are you a gamer? Or maybe a gamer girl? Is that what you are? Well, if you are, maybe you're aware of the controversy. If not, I will explain it to you. Recently, a major company decided to censor a game that has been out for around 5 years because one of their characters have breasts. And you can't have that in a video game. That is misogynistic. So they put a shirt over the breast. They uploaded an 8 gigabyte patch on Steam. And now that girl is a decent member of society. She can go to church. Obviously, some people are upset about this. It's like, why are you censoring a product that has been out for more than 5 years? And no one had a problem with it. Like why are you all of a sudden acting worse than a Puritan during the Bush era? And of course, there's now controversy within the fandom. There's like people that are saying, why do you care? You know, just shut the fuck up and buy the product. This is trivial shit. You shouldn't get upset about it. Another thing is happening with Bud Light. I saw Joe Rogan and many other commentators be like, well, it's actually silly. Well, why don't people buy Bud Light? It's just a commercial. You should buy the beer. And I want you to understand, this is the loser mentality. No one cares what the loser thinks. Because the loser loses. No one wants to be the loser. No one likes the... No one cares what the loser has to say because the loser has lost. And that's why they lost, because no one cares what they have to say to begin with. And I want you to see the mentality of the winner. I want you to see the mentality of the Chad, of the people in power. I want you to close your eyes and imagine like a big, strong black fist, okay? That is the winner. That is the ones that get to dominate other people. Like in society, do you want to be dominated or do you want to dominate? If you want to dominate, look at how it's done. New York Times writer was cast out and chastised for naming Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich as his favorite sandwich. Okay, so he did a transgression, and the HR lady, which is the only person that matters in a company, told him, we don't do that here. See? Zero tolerance, no discussion, no debate. No, she decided that she's going to ruin this man's life. She decided that this man is going to go home to his wife and children and explain to them why they will have difficulty in paying the bills and putting food on the table. Like she enforced her will. This is a person that got to dominate other people, right? And if you're not like her, you're going to be dominated. Anything else is moral ambiguity. Like, I don't care what everyone has to say. The HR lady is king. Like, she managed to do the unthinkable. She managed to manipulate culture. And how did she do it? We don't do that here. That's how she did it. No discussion, no debate, oh, but it's just a sandwich. Oh, but their sandwiches are good. Oh, but it's ridiculous. No. Zero tolerance. You know what was the difference between her and this guy? The difference is that tomorrow she gets the paycheck. She gets to stuff her face with other sandwiches. He gets to go home crying to his wife and kids. Which one of these two individuals do you want to be? Do you want to be the HR lady or do you want to be the guy that got fired? The choice is simple. Now you're going to have disingenuous actors trying to murky the water and being like, oh, life is not white and black. No, it is. It is. And even if it wasn't, what's wrong with being the guy that dominates? Because you don't have to dominate. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be an asshole. But having the power and not using it is better than not having it. Do we agree? Right, so I want to be like the HR lady. Look at this. We don't do that here. Perfect example. Over a petty grievance. Doesn't matter. That's how you show who has strength in the room. So apparently the former New York Times, and take into account this is in 2019, right? Like how many years did it take for him to even manage to get his story out? 5 years. Who the fuck cares about what happened in 5 years? So a former New York Times writer said that he was cast out and chastised for naming Chick-fil-A sandwich as his favorite when he sat through an orientation meeting. See, that's another problem, like sitting through an orientation meeting. You don't want to do that. The CEO doesn't sit through orientation meetings. The board doesn't sit through an orientation meeting. It's for the peasants. It's for the plebs. It's for the masses. If you're sitting in an orientation meeting, you want to be the person that orients. The HR lady. In fact, the representative leading the orientation said we don't do that here. See, the one leading the orientation is the one that decides the future for this individual. After saying that, the former opinion writer said that others snapped their fingers in agreement. And he added, not the politics, the chicken. Zero tolerance, right? Like he tried to come up with an argument, but everyone else was a bigot. This is why bigots win. This is why I love bigots. Like, you can't sway the bigot. The bigot already made up his mind before you opened your mouth. He already knows. He doesn't have to justify himself. Like, the bigot is the one that dominates. Look here. It was too late. I sat down ashamed. I was a heretic from the New York Times. Do you see how they do it? Like, no justification, no tolerance. This is how you gatekeep. Learn from the experts. The experts know how to protect what is theirs. They created the culture. They deemed that Chick-fil-A is homophobic. Why is Chick-fil-A homophobic? Because they donate to the Salvation Army. End of discussion. And the purpose is to convince Chick-fil-A to stop donating to the Salvation Army, which they did. Now they have diversity and initiative councils. How did they manage to achieve this? Zero tolerance. Anyone disagrees, anyone tries to argument, everyone is like, oh, but the boy... We don't do that here. You can't push a wall. You can't negotiate with a wall. You can't reason with the wall. The wall is there. We don't do that here, period. The moment happened during the orientation. Apparently, he said this. And their Chick-fil-A is commonly known for their menu. But again, like Chick-fil-A is not that different than Bud Light, take into account. It's a major company. Like, it's got restaurants almost all over the place in many countries, right? So what? So what? Oh, you like eating there? Well, you don't like working here. Oh, but it's not moral. Oh, no, it's not. But it is de facto. Like, that's how they influence culture. They're not moral people, but they are influential people. He previously worked at the Wall Street Journal. See, like a competent journalist. But the company doesn't give a fuck. You can be the best journalist in the world. Like Pulitzer winner, you actually go in war zones and you get good footage. It doesn't matter. Ideology is king. Right? So like, did you or did you not eat the fucking sandwich? I ate the sandwich. You don't work here. They would rather hire someone incompetent. They would rather hire a chucklehead that doesn't know anything about journalism. But he doesn't like Chick-fil-A. And it hurts Chick-fil-A. So, yeah, I mean, they go on, but, like, none of this is relevant. You know, they go on into his life, and they go on, like, how he suffered because of this. But my point is, this is how you defend a hobby, okay? This is how you actually influence culture. You don't go into negotiations, oh, but like this and that. No. Ban, block, mute, ignore. We don't do that here. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.